So, pretty interesting developments. The president of the World Jewish Congress today gave a speech stating that there needs to be more control of social media. They must spend big in order to counter the anti Israel narrative. Take a listen to this short clip and then we'll break it down piece by piece.
We must spend as much as it takes to turn social media around with the truth, not lies. Remember, social media is a battleground for the next generation, just as education is. And it's not just colleges and universities. Today, our enemies have pushed their indoctrination against Jews and Western civilization all the way down from kindergarten through 12th grade. Textbooks have been changed by radicals. Our history has been distorted. Many young people have been brainwashed to hate Israel and the United States. They were raised with this over the past 20 years, and the largest teachers' union has made anti-Israel part of the curriculum for children from kindergarten on. There is one thought I've known this for a fact, that colleges and universities have received tens of billions of dollars from foreign countries.
Let's just stop right there and I will get to the rest of it. So, apparently, they think that they don't have enough control. It's as if that they think that apparently they're doing too bad of a job at controlling, and the only goal now is to actually control more. That's where we're at now. I don't understand how these individuals think that the failure is the fact that they're not controlling enough. It are we on the same are we all looking at the same stuff? Like when they say this, why don't they just listen to what people are telling them? Here, I'm telling you directly, Lauder dude, the more you guys try to control, the more you try to suppress criticism of Israel, the more it's going to backfire on you. How about you do the one thing that can actually solve everything, which is to have Israel fall in line with international law, to stop the occupation, to stop the onslaught in Gaza. They don't listen to this because they don't want to. They don't listen to this because they have a radical religious ideology. They, especially the Netanyahu Likud party, these radical settlers, AIPAC, which, as one of Hillary Clinton's close political advisors stated, is an organ of the Israeli right, specifically Likud. So they have this massive campaign to take over the entire Middle East, bomb the hell out of the Middle East, cause displacement and suffering worldwide. And then they have the gall to say, I wonder why. I wonder why people don't like Israel. We must, you know what the solution is? It's not all the crazy things we're doing. It's not all the horrible things we're doing. The problem is we don't control enough. We have to control social media enough. We have to control the textbooks. We have to do more. These people, what is going on in their heads? The truth, he says, the truth. We have to spread the truth. What truth? Your truth. It's BS. I truly, when I think of the word evil, these type of individuals pop up in my head to where they don't even realize just how evil they are, the things they push, the things they're advocating for. We want to be able to steal Palestinians' homes. We want to be able to murder babies, but we don't want people to know, unless it's Randy Fine and he talks about being bloodthirsty and genuinely wanting to see blood spill down the streets of Gaza. And that's okay because he's saying it. But if I go out and I say that Randy Fine is a bloodthirsty Zionist, that's blood libel, even though he's advocating for it. What? That's really the world that we're living in now. Anyways, though, let me just quickly go ahead and read this. Read some of this to you. Lauder warns of rising anti-Semitism in keynote Capitol conference. Again, this happened today at the Jerusalem Post's Washington conference on Wednesday. World Jewish Congress President Ronald S. Lauder demanded investment in social media and education to counter anti-Semitism, targeting young people from kindergarten onward. He criticized biased textbooks, called for legal measures against universities fostering discrimination, and vowed to fund opponents of anti-Zionist candidates. Lauder praised the incoming Trump officials like Howard Lutnick as Israel supporters, framing the surge in incidents linked to the events since October 7th as a threat to democracy itself. Supporters saw it as a vital stand. Critics worried about conflating policy criticism with hate. And now let's go ahead and play a bit more of this ridiculous clip where he's basically saying, I just want to control anybody and make sure that nobody that criticizes Israel is ever elected in office. And we're going to make sure that we attack them if they try to get elected in office.
These amounts should be known, and yet colleges have been silent. That must change. We should use every law on the books to hold universities and teachers' unions accountable. If schools are breaking the law through Title VI, they should be sued. On that front, the Trump administration has been stellar, and I cannot thank Hamelin Dil. Anti-Semitism is rampant throughout our culture. For years, too many brushed it aside. They said, it's just a few angry kids. It won't go further. This is America. There is no anti-Semitism in America. They were wrong. Over the past 2 years, anti-Semitism didn't just rise, it exploded.
So that's a little bit. There is part of the speech, and maybe it's in a different clip here. So I'm going to look for it, where he literally says they just have to defeat anti-Zionist candidates. It's right over here.
Media,
Let me share this one.
because that's what young people follow. And
Take
I
a
must
listen to this.
tell them that you must tell them the truth. Israel must finally get serious about public relations. We must expect moral courage from our political officials, not excuses. We must rebuild education around truth, not slogans and lies. We want to show them in classrooms. We will target them
Oh, here we go.
whose platform includes anti-Semitism. We will target them as they target us. Accordingly, we will start a fund to help their opponents. We cannot possibly sit by and let anti-Zionists determine our future.
So they can't sit by and allow anti-Zionists to determine the future while they've been determining everybody else's future since the inception of Israel. Zionism has. These people are so deluded. There's truly, I do not feel like they're really picking up how much worse things are going to get for them if they continue down this tread. Nobody gives a damn about that project in the Middle East. Nobody gives a damn. And they think that when somebody brings up Israel, they want to shut down criticism by, of course, doing what we all know they do, which is calling you an anti-Semite and then questioning you. Do you not think Israel has a right to exist? Listen, if anybody ever asks you that question, tell them no. Tell them no, and then just stop talking. That's literally it. They try to use that question on you as if it's a bad thing, as if you're some evil person. You don't think the Jewish state has a right to exist? No. No, actually, I'll go on further. No state has a right to exist. No state has a right to exist. They exist. That's it. People have a right to exist. I think individuals have a right to exist. States don't. States simply exist. That's it. It's a very weird declaration. It's a very weird declaration, and they do that because by stating that a country has a right to exist, you recognize there's a responsibility there to ensure its existence. And when American politicians say that they recognize Israel's right to exist, it's putting responsibility on American politicians to ensure its existence. And I'm not going to play your little games. I'm not going to try to ensure Israel's existence. Better yet, it would actually be a benefit to the world to see that country be dismantled. The people should the people should be safe. Nothing should happen to the people. The country itself needs to be dismantled. Okay. Apparently, for some reason, and this is what I find so interesting, especially when it pertains specifically to liberal Zionists. Liberal Zionists have no problem when people mention the fact that there's a white population decline in America. But then when you go ahead and say, well, I don't think that Israel should be an ethno state, and it doesn't make sense. I think that Israel should be one state for equal rights from the river to the sea. And all Palestinians should be living in a democracy there with any of the Israelis that want to live there in a democracy with the Palestinians. What are you saying? Are you calling for the destruction of the only Jewish state? You don't support Israel as a majority Jewish state? I thought you guys didn't care about demographics. Because isn't that what liberal Zionists always push here? They don't care about demographics. Now all of a sudden they care. Oh, well, that's not the same. You can't compare white people to Jewish. It's not the same. No, you're it's apparently it's an ethno state for you, but not an ethno state for other people. You're like trying it's a weird thing where they're just it's just very odd. It's very odd. They support ethno states here, but not there. They think that the best way to counter criticism is by not actually addressing the fact that they're doing some evil stuff, but by instead uh, telling people that they're going to be targeted, their opponents are going to be targeted. The last time, and we're not at this degree yet, where Americans are being assassinated and receiving the death penalty for criticizing Israel. But wasn't there policies like this in Russia? When people were accused of being anti-Semites, they would get executed during Bolshevik Russia. We're nowhere near that now, but there is action being taken to where criticism of Israel is now conflated with anti-Semitism, and they're gonna take legal action against you for that. What world are we living in? People are starting to feel real damn choked. And they better watch out because honestly, guys, Gen Z really doesn't have time for this. They really don't. Just wait till the boomers, the older generation, is out of office and more Gen Z come into the picture. Things are going to change dramatically. And I think it would be in their best interest to really pick that up. If they think that enough propaganda is going to get Gen Z to change their mind about Israel, they are absolutely they're absolutely it's just completely dumbfounded. If you look at Gen Z and you tell them, "Oh, well, maybe if we just, use more mainstream media that's pro-Israel, you're gonna love Israel," they're gonna laugh in your face because they see right through it. And I think that they're gonna be in for a huge slap in the face very, very soon because the more they do this, the more resentment they build up. The more that they do this, the more that people are gonna speak up like me. And the more that there are going to be creators on social media like me that are going to start to rise, because what ends up happening is more and more people start to feel choked. And there's going to be some personalities that are more extroverted than others that want to speak out first. And they're going to start to rise the more that they start to feel like they're being choked. And that's already what's happening. It's not just the big platforms, but a lot more smaller platforms that end up making a big voice combined. So, I they're in for a bad surprise. Honestly, guys, I'm real sick of it. I'm really sick of it. I can't wait. I can't wait. I hope it happens in my lifetime. What am I saying? I hope that Israel's dismantlement happens in my lifetime. I want to make that real damn clear. I can't wait. And I hope Randy Fine is alive for it too. I hope Congressman Randy Fine is alive for it too, because I'm going to relish in that. That's going to be wonderful to see. So, anyways, guys, if you found this video interesting, please click the like and subscribe button below. It helps my channel grow and reach more people. Otherwise,